Welcome back to my YouTube channel, MosexyKitchen. How you all doing today? Great, I hope. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can also click the notification button so you get any notification when I post. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. So today I have two special guests. So they are my kids, my sister, my mate sometimes. They be thinking we're age mates sometimes. So I am Michelle, and it's just Lola.
Hi.
You're gonna see them smiling a lot. She already said she's gonna cheese a lot, and Lola said she's gonna what?
I'm gonna stutter a lot.
Okay, so yeah, so they're gonna tell you what we're cooking today before I introduce you to our topic today, and also they also have their business going on, so they're also gonna introduce you to their business, what they do, and you know, young entrepreneurs. So don't forget to buy whatever they make, and it's good. All right then. Let's get started. Introduce yourself first of all.
So my name is Michelle, and I have a business called Batty Avenue Boutique, and I have a YouTube channel. You already know, I am Michelle.
Okay, my name is Lola Day. I have a business and it goes by Barbie Bangle Collections on Instagram, and my YouTube channel is just Lola.
So you heard. So can you tell us what you guys are going to be making today?
So I'm gonna be making Oreo balls.
And I'm gonna make pigs in a blanket.
So yeah, so something very light, not too heavy, and straight to the point. So we're not going to take much of your time. Just going to walk you through the ingredients and making sure everything is set and ready to get started. The topic today is I am me, and we're going to focus on body image. So we're going to talk about a few things because I have young teenagers,
Yes.
right? I have teenagers with me, so we're going to see what they know about I am me, body image, what they think about themselves, their peers, and how they want to be portrayed by people out there. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. So like you know, when I do have my guests, I like them to do a little background, tell us where they're from, so we know where their perspectives are coming from. We just don't want it to be just America, just being American, but also outside, being African perspective, how they feel about it being an African, even though some of them might have never been to Africa before. But you know, having parents that are African, sometimes they see it in another from different from being American. So let's ask Michelle. So Michelle, can you do a little background introduction?
Yes. So I am from Nigeria, and I'm born in America, and both my parents are from Nigeria.
So basically she's saying she's Nigerian because her parents are from Nigeria. So, but she was born in the United States. Yeah.
Same for me. I was born in the United States. However, my parents are from Nigeria.
So they're both Americans, but their parents are Nigerian. So American Nigerian or Nigerian American. Anyway, so yes, so let's go to the straight to the point. So today we're going to be cooking, and we're going to be having discussion like you guys have seen in my videos.
Yeah.
So we're going to be cooking and having discussion while cooking. So they all washed their hand before we got to this video, so they're ready to go. So we're gonna be moving the camera around to see everything that we're doing while we're doing it. Okay. So before we get started with the cooking and you're gonna be walking on straight, I just want to ask you a general question in regards to our topic. How do you see yourself?
As a normal 13-year-old just going about life, I'm not really
Like,
sure.
okay, so what do you think people see when they see you, according to your image? How do you want people to see you?
As a person with a nice personality.
Okay. How do you, Michelle?
I see myself as, I don't even know, a regular personality.
Okay, so what do you
Okay.
think? What do you want people to say about you? Like, if I want to describe Michelle, what would I say about Michelle?
Personal trait, like that's nice.
Like, if you want to say Auntie Moyo is what? She likes to play. She's loud. She has so much energy. She's friendly. What do you want people to
Your
say
best
about you?
personality that
Yeah.
you like about yourself.
I'm friendly.
Michelle says she's friendly.
Yeah.
She's friendly. Friendly.
Okay.
All right, so while they're going to be walking us through what they're doing, I will be asking them various questions, and we're going to be having discussions.
So the ingredients I'm having Oreo cookies, 2-pack Philadelphia cream cheese, and in the milk chocolate, so we can dip the balls in it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna make pigs in a blanket. I need Pillsbury croissant dough, hot dogs. You can use wieners or you can use hot dogs and then just cut them up. Butter melted, you can melt it. Lastly, garlic. Any type, you can use garlic powder or just regular garlic by itself.
Okay. So I heard you say you needed that spray.
So
what do you need that for?
You will need cooking spray when you put it into the oven so that it doesn't stick to the pan.
Okay, so that's what that is for.
Yeah.
All right. So do you have any idea, Michelle? How long do you think this is going to take to make?
Like as I'm making it.
Yes. How long do you think we're gonna take in making this?
Not long, like maybe 10 to 15 minutes.
To make it. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
It'll probably take you maybe 20 minutes or so because you will have to cut the croissant shapes. Yeah.
Okay. And how long are we gonna have it in the freezer for? In the oven for?
In the oven, you have to put it at 375 degrees for 14 minutes.
For 14 minutes. And how long? I think we need to also put your Oreo ball in the fridge. So how long are we gonna put it in the fridge for?
30 minutes.
Okay.
And if it's in the freezer, you could have it like 15 minutes.
Okay, so it's gonna like come up together. Okay,
So
so we're going to be moving around. So we're going to go to the food processor and the mixer, because I believe some of them need food processor and somebody will need mixer. I don't know. All right, now. So what we're doing now is we're taking the, I'm guessing the butter.
The
The filling.
the filling
Frosting filling from the Oreo cookie. We're taking it out, and we are going to put the Oreo in the food processor and just blend it, right?
Yes.
All right then. So while Michelle is doing that, we are also going to go to It's Just Lola, and we're gonna see what she is doing while Michelle is going to have the Oreo in the food processor, and she's going to be blending it. Let's go to It's Just Lola and see what she's doing. All right, ma'am. What are you doing now?
To make pigs in a blanket, obviously you need the croissants, and when you are rolling them into your hot dogs or wieners, you have to cut them. Well, it really depends on how many hot dogs you have, to be honest. Maybe you want to cut them each triangle into half or leave it as it is.
Michelle, how do you think your parents see you?
I'm actually not sure.
What do you mean you're not sure?
So I think my parents see me as like responsible and like they see me as responsible and like I could do certain things without like their help.
Okay, so you're more or less independent?
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I like that. So that brings me back to the actual conversation. Let's go a little deeper. So when I noticed something with you teenagers when growing up, you tend to want to grow up really, really fast when it comes to like social media and that. And we know what social media does in this day and age when it comes to your image. So how conscious are you when you post things on social media?
Well, I don't really have social media, so
can you tell me why you don't have social media?
because my parents think like certain things from like outside of the world or like on social media is not for like what I should be seeing for my age, or like certain people I shouldn't talk to.
Okay, so that's why you have a limit on what you can do on social media. Okay, so we're just adding the cream cheese to it. And how do you feel about that idea? How do you feel about that decision?
I'm actually okay with it. So like until like I pass like whatever like studies and I could have it. but I'm not like that interested in it.
Okay,
anyway.
so you're not that interested in it, and it doesn't appear bad for you.
No.
Okay. Well, what about you?
Well, I do have social media.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since I was like in 6th grade, and I remember I used to get in trouble for it a lot, and I would force my parents to allow me to have it. Then they eventually let me have it, but they had a discussion with me that I should be responsible with whatever I do on it.
On it, okay. So how do you guys feel about people that are not responsible about what they put on social media?
They don't like care. They don't think before like they put stuff out there. Because some people, they'll just put stuff out there and they're not thankful before like they speak or act on it.
Okay. So the opportunity that your parents have given you to have social media or not have or don't have social media, that you actually think that it has benefited you.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Because I do see like a lot of teenagers, when it comes to social media, they're so excited about it. And I do see some teenagers that tell you they don't care about social media, they don't want to have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
Now let's take social media, let's put it on one side. Let's now put the conversation within our peers together. We have had situation whereby we have had, me myself, we have had inappropriate conversation with our peers that eventually gets to our parents or doesn't get to our parents. So how do you feel about that?
It's like, I don't know how to explain.
Michelle's on the spot.
Lola,
what do you feel? How do you feel about it?
in the moment, you'll feel like, oh, there's nothing wrong with it, that you're not doing anything bad, that there shouldn't be any purpose for you to get in trouble. Then the time that you do get in trouble, you see, oh, what I was doing was actually not what I should have been doing, or it was irresponsible.
And I know sometimes when I was growing up, even if my parents were correcting me, I do feel like what they're saying is not right or it's not right with me. Because I know sometimes somebody would tell me, oh, somebody did this, why can't I do it? We're like the same age. So how do you guys feel about that conversation where, oh, Michelle got iPhone and mommy don't want me to have a phone?
Well, usually Nigerians will just say, well, I'm not them, that when it's your time, that when the time is right, I'll do this, or when the time is right, you'll be able to do this and that.
And so how do you feel about that?
Sometimes it's a bit irritating because you feel like you're ready for it, but they don't think you're ready for it.
Okay. And what about you, Michelle?
I think it's annoying, but during like the time and the process, you'll get used to it. Because yeah, you can't like do everything like how other people do it, or how like yeah, you can't just do everything the way somebody else does it. You have to just like wait till your parents tell you to.
Okay, so basically you kind of have to have your own voice. You have to be able to do things when you think time is right, or when your parents think time is right, not because some of the friends are doing it. Yes. Correct.
So basically what you want to do is you can take one whole piece of the triangle, you can cut it in half and angle it to a different way so that it can look thicker, and you take your hot dog or your wiener that you're going to use and basically roll it up like this.
Oh, that looks nice. That looks really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how we're going to do the whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So now we mix the cream cheese and the Oreos together in the mixer and just make it mix together. And right now it tastes really good. Here's what we have. It's like, right, Michelle? This is good? So
The texture's fine.
the texture is fine. So we're just gonna give it a few minutes to still mix together more, right?
Yes.
So while we go back to our conversation, Michelle rolled this up into like small balls and it's looking good. I tasted it. Tasted really good. So she's gonna keep rolling it up while we're going to go back to our discussion. I was having a conversation with Michelle a while back and we were talking about house chores.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about your image for the future. That's what we're talking about. So we're talking about house chores and she was like, oh my god, I get to do all the house chores by myself. So what do you think about that?
Well,
pertaining to your future image?
I feel like it really, you're gonna have to take responsibility for that at some point. So you have to get used to it now. But I know some people, they get money, they like to hire people to do stuff for them, and then they just become lazy. But really, it becomes a responsibility for yourself.
Okay. So how do you feel about mommy and daddy always telling you to like do the house chores and things like that?
I mean, it's a Nigerian home. You really don't have no chores. But you have to learn. At some point, you have to learn, because when you grow older and you have a husband, they're not going to be washing dishes and cooking for you every time.
Okay, so kind of learning for the future.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, Michelle?
I'm gonna piggyback on what she said, because when, like, you have to do chores no matter what. It's not like
A choice.
a choice. So you have to do it no matter what. Because in an African home, they will tell you to do anything. You're gonna have to do it.
Okay, so it's basically, so how do your American friends do their own chores? You have American friends, because it looks like everybody saying this is like African home or Nigeria. Okay. How do your American friends do this?
Okay, Americans, they usually use a dishwasher, or they hire maids to do it for them, or their parents do it for them, which I really think isn't good type of teaching, like the type of skills you want to use for teaching your kids, because when they grow older, they won't have money to call maids to wash plates for them, and to call maids to clean their house, or them themselves, they won't know how to do the dishes. They'll be using dishwasher, and then they can't teach their kids.
Okay, so basically it's a great lesson. So that's how you want to be able for people to see you in the future, that you're independent, you can do things by yourself. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now let's go to the conversation of boys. Yeah, boys and image. So reason why I said we're gonna go to boys is I do notice that no matter how much we try to shy away from it, somebody likes somebody, and somebody likes me, and I like somebody. So how do you want these people that are liking or you're liking to see you? What is how do you want them to see you? I know I have a location that this conversation is going, but how do you want that person that is liking you or that you are liking to see you?
At my current age, my parents have taught me that I'm not allowed to do all that type of stuff. But I know there's Americans that they like to do that. They think it's okay. So
when we start having boyfriends, when we start having yes. So what image you want to?
Children in this generation, they're all about how can I say this now? Their butt is big. Yes, basically. Oh, their breast is out. This or that. Oh, they're cute. But they really don't look at their personality or how they act. They'll just pick all type of girls.
So this day and age, your explanation is relationship focus on your appearance. It's not focused on your personality, what you can do. Okay, so they're now focusing on your appearance, and you want them when you have a partner, when you decide to start having a boyfriend at the right age, what do you want the person to see about you? What do you want them to know about you?
Obviously I have to look right, but mostly about personality.
So you want them to see your personality and what about you, Michelle?
Personality and backstory, like how you live,
your family brought you up,
how do you, your lifestyle, like how you live and how you do stuff.
Okay. Now let's take for example, how do I say it? Okay, so we're looking to the future, how we want it to be, and now people that are having a relationship right now, you're all 13?
Yeah.
And
14.
For example, right now, what do you think about the idea of having a boyfriend?
That is too early and you don't know the meaning. You just do it because everybody's doing it, let me do it too.
Okay, so you just do it because everybody's doing it, and okay, what about you?
Like you don't understand the meaning of having a boyfriend and like the meaning of love.
Okay, so I was having a conversation with one of your friends, and we were talking about a relationship at this age, 14, 15, 16.
Yeah.
And I was telling the person, I said, I see like relationship currently with younger generation, 13, 14 and that age, you most likely are doing things to distract yourself rather than encourage yourself.
Yeah.
Am I correct or am I wrong?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So when I see kids at the age of 13, 14, and some kind of that age saying they're in a relationship, I see distraction. So do you guys also see that?
I mean,
Or do you think there's a relationship that started at the age of 13 that they're now
some
married?
people, they're now married and then they thought about it like their entire life, but some they just think, oh, I'm ready, all my friends are doing it, let me do it too, or they're peer pressuring.
So peer pressure, okay. So when it comes to going astray or doing the wrong thing right now, it's all based on peer pressure.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. And what advice do you have for somebody going through peer pressure right now?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm not really peer pressured at all.
Okay, so also you don't have any advice for somebody going through peer pressure?
No,
right now?
not really. I would say go to your school counselor because usually all that stuff happens at school. Go to your school counselor, they'll tell you all about it.
And so
They'll give you advice, they'll tell you what can be your next step or what you can do to resolve your problem.
okay. And also people need to have their own voice, don't you think that?
Yeah, definitely.
So you should not like copy what everybody else
Yeah.
is saying or talking about. You should have your own voice. And okay, so great. So have your own voice. Don't just because Lola is doing it doesn't mean Michelle have to do it. Just because Michelle is doing it doesn't mean Lola have to do it. So what plans do you have for the future?
Honestly, it really depends on how it goes, but I know like I will probably be some type of designing engineer probably. I was thinking about being a dentist before, but you have to learn how to handle all of the disgusting stuff and I cannot handle it.
Well, what disgusting?
Like blood, vomit, all types of stuff, and if you can't handle that then you have no chance of being a doctor.
So you can't handle that.
No, I cannot.
So what else do you want to do? You want to design an engineer?
Yeah, or probably business type of studies.
Okay. What about you, Michelle?
I also wanted to be a dentist at first, but I changed my decision. I want to be some type of doctor. I'm not sure what type of major yet, but
Some type of doctor?
yeah.
Like something in just the medical field?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll figure out later.
Okay, that sounds good. And do you guys have like, how do you feel about having mentors, people that are in the same field you're actually interested in? Have you actually located somebody in that field that have given you advice in regards to it? You've seen the person?
Not really yet, but I feel like it would be a good idea because they can tell you how they got to their certain point in time.
Okay. And how do you feel about whatever is going on now with the economy and all that good stuff? How does that affect you personally?
Honestly, I don't watch news.
You don't watch news?
No.
So you really don't know what is going on?
Yeah.
So why you stay? Are you going to school right now?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so you're home.
Coronavirus, yeah.
Okay, so how do you feel about the coronavirus?
I feel like people, because there's some people that be like, oh, it's my choice. I don't have to wear a mask if I don't want to. Which is really your business, but to keep yourself safe and if you don't want to get sick, because you can eventually die if you have coronavirus, you wear your mask and do all the 6 feet, hand sanitizer, washing your hands.
Okay, what about you, Michelle? Same thing?
Can you repeat the question?
How do you feel about what is going on right now?
I feel like people don't really care about what's going on in the outside of the world. They're like more focused on like what they're more focused on what they do besides like I'm trying to wash my hands or like stay clean or figure out ways to stay sanitary or however you say it. So people are more focused on like living life besides.
Okay, so they're more focused on their day-to-day life rather than keeping themselves safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
All right, and your advice for them is to keep themselves safe first.
Yeah.
This is melted chocolate, so we're just going to. You ready?
Yeah.
We're just gonna pour it over it and put it in the fridge. So we're just gonna add a little garlic to the butter, to the melted butter. Thanks to It's Just Lola and it's Michelle, correct?
I am Michelle.
Oh, sorry, I am Michelle. She corrected me for coming. So today we spoke about body image, your self-image,
Yeah.
and how you want people to see you. So we've kind of focused on how we want people to see us, how we see ourselves, and what we want to be shown to the public. So now, while our food is cooking, can you tell me how you feel about piercing, tattoos, and things like that?
Yes,
Don't worry, mommy and daddy will watch this and they're gonna be just fine.
I know.
Alright, how do you feel about
Personally,
piercing?
I do want to pierce my ears one more time, right here, and maybe get like one tattoo, but it's going to be a meaningful tattoo. I feel like getting a lot of piercing and turning, I would sound so okay, turning yourself into a walking drawing book isn't really what you want to do.
That's you.
Yeah.
So is it
I feel
what
like
you want to do?
It gives a type of vibe, like when somebody sees you, they'll be thinking, oh, they're, like, it will give a bad vibe when someone sees you.
Okay, what about you, Michelle?
Well, for me, I want tons of piercings and not tons of tattoos, but like she said, meaningful ones, like special dates or like something that represents me.
Okay, so you do want to make your body a canvas, but you don't want it to be too much.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And what age do you think you want to be able to do that? What age do you think you'll be able to do that? Because you're still gonna have to get approval. So let's see what age you think you want to be able to do that.
16.
That one.
Michelle said 16. What
When
about
I
you?
move out of my house, I want to get tattoos.
Yes, Mom.
But when I'm like 16 through 18, I want to get my ears pierced again.
Okay, let's just hope that's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just hope. Because I did not get my piercing until I was... My second piercing, apart from the one I got when I was born, was after my second child. And my first tattoo was, this year.
Really?
That's my first tattoo. Because I do kind of understand where you guys are coming from. But I feel like when it comes to piercing and tattoo, I want to be able to be at the right state of mind. I want to be able to say, I did this while at the right state of my mind.
Yeah.
I don't want to have something
Like,
I'm going to regret in the
when you're
future.
going through a rebellious phase. And then
Yes,
I'm
we have
gonna
so
do
much
this.
people going through that phase and they just say, I'm going to go get a tattoo, I'm just going to go get piercing, and at the end of it all, they kind of regret it. Although, some people get it and they don't, but some do because they were going through a phase that they did not know what is needed at that moment and they chose the wrong step. So, but I hope you do make the right decision when the time comes, and hopefully daddy and mommy can agree.
Yeah.
Good luck to that. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. As you all know, It's Just Lola makes bracelet, and so she makes this. She has the little tassel, and this one says I love dog. I think this belongs to Just Jobber. She has a dog, so she got one made with love, and she has you can get different types and as much tassel or as much what's this called, charms,
Yeah.
as you can put, and then just accent. And what is the average price for one?
For one without the tassel is $2.80. With the tassel, it's another extra 20 cents to make it $3.
See, I got some too, so I have some for my kids. So what about you, Michelle? Michelle has, girl, she got business going on. She's got lip gloss, lip scrub, waist bead, wrist necklace, wristband, all that going on. So if you like those African waist bead, let me show you one. When I know we're in the kitchen, but I'm gonna show you mine. So you know what I'm talking about. The waist beads. If you're the type that wears them,
And they're elastic, so it'll be
it's
easier.
stretchy,
Yeah.
so it's easier to put on. So she makes that, and I will try to put a few of her products at the end of this video, so you can also take a look at it, and you can contact her. I think they both accept Cash App, right?
Yeah.
So they both take Cash App for their transaction. So if you're interested, and waist beads are good for, those that are trying to lose weight. It helps you kind of measure how smaller you've gotten and things like that. So it's a very good idea. So I hope you all love this video. We'll be right back to show you the end result of everything we've made. Thank you so much for joining us. I love you all. Don't forget to
Subscribe.
click the
Like button.
and don't forget to click the
Notification bell.
thank you. So thank you so much, and don't forget to follow their YouTube channel. They talk about I think it's like a vlog, or is it like a what do you guys talk about on your YouTube channel?
Anything actually is lifestyle.
Daily life.
Yeah, daily
basically.
game, all that.
Yeah, so when they do get new product for whatever they're baking, they do show it on their YouTube channel. Am I correct?
Yes.
And they tell you what you're doing and the steps, so you know what is going in whatever you're using, so you know what type of products you're using in a bracelet. I'm sure there's more coming than this, so keep up with the Instagram page, right?
Yes.
And their YouTube channel. You want something from African and American perspective, definitely follow them. So she wants us to have it in the oven for 15 minutes, so we're just gonna put 15 minutes on the timer in the oven. Yeah, so in 15 minutes we're gonna be back to show you the end result. Welcome back, everybody. So we have the end result right here. This is the Oreo balls, and this is
in a blanket.
yeah. So I'm gonna be doing the tasting. They're also gonna be doing the tasting. But look at it. Look at the garlic. That's just standing.
Okay.
So for the Oreo ball, you have to make sure it sits in the fridge or the freezer for a long time, so the chocolate can freeze with it very well. We have to take it out fast because we got somewhere to go. So I'm gonna do the pig in a blanket.
Pig in a blanket.
Wow. Okay, talk about. So, as you all know, just like hot dog in the middle, and around it, take like croissant. So just like the one I'll be having at Auntie Anne,
Yeah.
just like it. So it's really good, and the garlic gives it like some kind of special taste. I do taste the garlic, so it tastes really good. Yeah, yesterday I broke my diet. All right, so let's do this. Oh my god. This is like really sweet. When I say really sweet, I mean really sweet.
Cheat day type of thing.
Like it's like chocolate on top of chocolate. So if you like chocolate, this is a very good idea for my Oreo lovers. This is really good because it's really sweet and so moist.
Yeah.
It's really moist, so it's really good. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I wish you can taste it, but I'm helping you taste it, okay? So try this at home. Try this with your kids and encourage your youth or your teenagers or your toddlers to try to cook and encourage them to want to cook more, so they don't spend all day buying things from McDonald's, Popeye, Chick-fil-A, Domino's, all that. You know, it's don't. We don't gotta spend our money every time on that. So thank you all so much for watching. I will see you up next week. Peace and love. Bye.